If you don't know, I love comic books. I might not have the biggest collection ever, but I've always loved to read them, and it's always just been so cool for me to buy them and read a new story. But comics are special. I love the drawings, the panels, and the characters. Even the little details I can't help but like that new comic book fail or the sleeves that protect them. I am not sure why I like all of it so much, but I do. Hell, even just going to a comic book store feels so special to me, and I try and go anytime I can or I see a new one. This is even if I can't buy anything, I just love to see what they have no matter what it is. But sadly, comic book stores are going out of business left and right, and this made me think, should comics even have physical releases anymore? I mean, with the internet now, you can pretty much read any comic you want to by a quick Google search, and that's by pirating or not. And there were always a collection of comic books like the entire Amazing Spider-Man series and so much more. So, should people keep buying the physical comic books? Well, yeah. I know I was kind of building up to something else, but the thing is, part of the experience of comic books is having one in your hand and looking at all the advertisements or whatever else is in there. But here you might be saying, isn't it so much easier and less expensive to do what you said earlier? And while you may be right, it takes away a lot more than you might think. It's like collecting images of pop figures. You kind of get the experience, but owning it, it's so different. For instance, actually walking into a store or ordering something online and then finally getting it and reading it, it's so amazing. It's like, you have this awesome art and story all put together for your enjoyment. Okay, let me break this down a little more. When you find whatever comic you want and you buy it and go home, that shit is like Christmas. You wait a little to finally have what you want. And once you got it, you bust it open and read that bad boy. And it is so satisfying. Besides that though, it's also so, satisfying to collect comic books. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't have the biggest collection, but the comics I own are really important to me. Whether it be the classic Mad my grandpa gave me or the many comics I've gotten over the years as gifts. I always enjoy going through my collection and just remembering everything. Also, comics are almost always a big collector item. Like, yeah, you got a fancy car, but I have a first edition Spider-Man comic. I'm not sure why, but just having something like that has always seemed so cool to me. There is a great quote by Stan Lee. Comics are like boobs. They look great on a computer, but I'd rather hold one in my hand. Man, every time I hear that, it just makes me smile. But anyways, I can't really say it better than the man himself. So yes, comics should stay around. Unfortunately though, like I said, comic book stores are constantly getting shut down. And the few that are left are really not comic book stores. They're more collectible shops focusing more on figures and stuff like that than new comics. While they still have a couple racks of comics, it's very rare for you to be able to buy older comics. They usually just have the newest editions. Which is cool and I love seeing them, but I'll never forget walking into a comic book store and seeing all the new, old, rare, or trash comic books and wanting to read them all. But anyways, that's all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and all of that. I truly think comics should stay around and I can't wait to see them do that. So I will see you all next time. Bye!